Hi folks, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Today is Friday, October 4th, 2024. Thank you to one of those citizen journalists that is subscribed, one of those in our community. I get a heads up about unusual earthquake activity at Mount Adams. According to USGS, the Cascadia monitoring system, they put out a notice yesterday that they saw an increase in earthquake activity and that the Volcano Observatory, the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network, put out a statement. There was a total of 6 earthquakes ranging from a 0.9 to a 2.0, which were recorded at a seismic station near the Cascadia stratovolcano last month. They only have one monitor for Mount Adams, and that's it right there. Station ASR2. There is another one, but it's further away, off to the east. Let me bring this over, and I'll bring it out over here. And when I downloaded the data, I noticed what looked like magma coming up. And this is station TRW. Now, new research has shown that there is a large magma chamber in this location. And I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Mount Adams normally only has one earthquake, maybe every year to every 2 years, only one. But last month they had 6. And you can see they were fairly shallow. When it has a minus sign, that means it's above sea level. So it was a 0.9 kilometers above sea level for the magnitude 0.9. We also have another 0.9. Now that was 0.2 kilometers below sea level. A 2.0 minus. So this was above sea level. 1.0 kilometers. So that would be about 3,200 feet above sea level. Yeah, 3,000 feet above sea level. Very concerning. There was also a 1.0, which was 0.2 kilometers below sea level. A 1.4, again, minus. So this was above sea level. About 3,000 feet above sea level. And then we got a 1.9, which was below sea level, not very much, 0.2 kilometers. Now the 0.2, which was about 3,000, little more, feet above sea level, was by Trout Lake, Washington. So Mount Adams has only one single seismic station. It's about 7 miles southwest from the stratovolcano's peak. Here's the data that I downloaded. And this is probably the most recent earthquake. Now the one that I was saying showed the most activity is the TRW one. And if you look at the spectrogram, yeah, you can see it's coming up from deep within the magma chamber. I'll go to the seismic signature. Slow moving tremor. Now we know that this is an area where they have what's called quiet tremors, which are not detectable normally by people, and they're slow moving, long duration. Let me make that bigger for you. Okay, and we'll bring it down so you can see it right there. And I'll pull it down a little bit farther. This is what it was showing when I downloaded the data. Okay. Yeah, lots of slow-moving tremors. And look how shallow. Could be water. It could be steam, but it's heated. How close it's getting to the surface. Having only one station, it's hard for them to tell exact where the location of the earthquake is. There's one right here. Now this is the TRW monitor, We'll look at the seismic signature. Right there, it's got some distance on it. It's got a semi-long P wave on it. And then we got some more. Let's see, we got one right here. Yeah, and it's got the torlino, which means magma, in my opinion, is on the move. And then we got another one right there. Yeah, but it's got some distance on it. So it wasn't to the east. It could have been, but it was a little bit farther from this location. Then we got this one. Did I show you that one? Torlino. Okay. And let me close this and we'll come up a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of long period slow moving tremors, and these are all marked in red. Yeah, the popping of the ground, the breaking of the rock. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll bring it over some more. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's, yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Okay, and this is all east of Mount Adams. And then we got another larger one here. I pulled data going back about 3 days. Right there. And then torlinos. Yeah, that's when magma's moving. See how deep that is? That's deep. But it's probably fracturing the ground. And I want to show you an image of Mount Rainier. And it's also part of Mount St. Helens magma chamber. Now, drawn out in black, this is what they currently know for actual fractures of the rock where magma has been trying to come up. Can you see that? I had to make some clarifications, improvement on the image. And you can see we got it to the east where that one monitor, the TRW monitor, is at, under Mount Rainier. And then also going towards Mount St. Helens. So here we have a recent image of the magma chamber for Mount Rainier, Mount Adams. Look how big that is. And they know that it flows from Mount Adams to Mount St. Helens. Let me bring this over for you. That is huge. There's enough magma in recent studies to fill Lake Michigan over 2.5 times, actually 2.6 times. That's how much magma is under the ground there. So looking at Mount Adams, somewhere over here towards the east is where the recent earthquake activity that I see on the 2 monitors that I downloaded, the most significant increase in heat and steam and probably magma movement. As I stated, Mount Adams currently only has one seismic station, about 7 miles southeast from the stratovolcano's peak. That's the one in red. To improve the seismic monitoring capabilities, the Cascadia Volcano Observatory got permission from the U.S. Forest Service to install temporary seismic stations south and southwest of Mount Adams. Now this is the blue ones. These blue seismic stations are part of CVO's rapid deployment instrument packages that can be deployed quickly as needed. You know, they did that over on the East Coast when they were having that swarm of earthquakes there by New Jersey. Mount Adams, I want to make it clear, is not erupting, but stratovolcanoes can go for decades or centuries without an eruption, or it can change very quickly. I've talked about how volcanoes can erupt within 10 minutes or less. There was a new study that revealed that the seismic signature of a previously unknown hot zone had been found beneath 3 of the most dangerous volcanoes. We got St. Helens to the left, Mount Rainier at the top, and Mount Adams right down here in the middle. It has at least 12,800 cubic kilometers or 3,070 cubic miles of magma. And like I said, the volume of about 2.6 Lake Michigans. Despite the increase of earthquake activity, USGS volcano alert level for Mount Adams remains at the lowest level, green, normal, meaning that the seismic activity observed is still considered typical background activity for an active volcano. I don't know. They are deploying the new monitors. I don't think it's normal. That might just be, double talk. And they want to make sure what's going on, study it more. That's why they're deploying the temporary seismic stations. Yeah, when you have only one earthquake, maybe every year to 2 years, and then all of a sudden you got 6 within 1 month. 1 month, yeah, that's very unusual. They believe that the last volcanic eruption that happened there at Mount Adams occurred about 3,800 years ago, and also at 7,600 years ago. The greatest threat to people living near Mount Adams are lahars, mud flows of rock, ash, and ice that surge downstream like rapidly flowing concrete that could occur during an eruption or a non-eruptive period. They have had lahars in the past when it wasn't erupting. I often talk about how I wish we had live gas monitors for Yellowstone. Well, they don't have any gas monitors here at Mount Adams. They do have them at Yellowstone. So, because they don't have gas monitors, they don't know if it's venting any gas recently. In 2018, USGS updated its National Volcanic Threat Assessment. The last time before that they updated the risk assessment was in 2005. So they have different rankings here, threat levels. They got it from red, which means it's real high, to orange, which means it's moderate, to yellow, and then green, which is very low. So down here, number 34 of all the volcanoes that they're monitoring is Mount Adams, and that is in orange. Aviation threat level would be 15, overall 92. During the past 10,000 years, several considerably large debris avalanches have occurred on Mount Adams. The largest, most recent debris avalanche at Mount Adams, which transformed into Trout Lake Lahar, originated high on the southwest side of the summit about 6,000 years ago. The massive 3 kilometers or 0.3 mile landslide devastated a large portion of the volcano's southwest flank. Much of the material funneled into steep tributaries of the White Salmon River. This here is just one of the images of the rock slides that had occurred recently. The massive landslide that occurred about 6,000 years ago mixed with water and formed lahars that traveled downstream and spread out to cover about 15 kilometers or 8.2 miles of the Trout Lake lowland, impounding what became Trout Lake. So let me see if Google Earth will go there when I put that in. Nope, it's not. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, way down there. Okay, so it traveled all the way down there. Okay, that's how far that lahar traveled. A small amount of the material continued downstream, leaving lahar deposits as far as Husum, H-S-U-M, which is about 37 miles from the source. Near Trout Lake here, the deposit was as thick as 20 meters or 65 feet, and it contained boulders up to several meters in diameter. Can you imagine that? If there was that type of lahar today, it would have a catastrophic impact, for everybody in that location or whichever way. If it had another lahar, of the same magnitude. It would be devastating. As recently as 300 years ago, there was another Lahar that was caused by weakened rock. They think a lot of these rocks have been weakened because of hydrothermal gases coming up. That Lahar came down from the southwest flank and sent it also into the upper Trout Lake lowland. So it very well could be this one right here, what the remains that it shows on this image. I could be wrong, I don't know. That Lahar also included water, which incorporated to, make it like a cement slurry that flowed down the side of the Mount Adams. There has also been several similar but smaller debris avalanches that have occurred at the head of Avalanche Glacier. Several of them since 1921. All right, so using Google Earth, here's the location of Avalanche Glacier. That's probably how it got its name. And zooming in, yeah, you can see different locations of those avalanches. Yeah, they were smaller, thank God. There's been quite a few earthquakes that are showing up on this TRW. Here we got one that's in red and it's small. Let me look at the seismic signature. A lot of popping. We got one there. Let me see if I can find it. Another one there. Yeah, you can see how it came up. I got another one right there. Yeah, look how it went boom, boom, boom. I have never seen a signature like that for Yellowstone. Yeah, unusual. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, we got a fairly large one up over here, right there. And you can see the heat. Let me try and bring this up. Okay, right there. Yeah. And I want to take a look. Yeah, see how it was screaming. Yeah, it started getting so loud that the monitor wasn't picking it up. See that in the color change? Let me bring this over. Yeah, it was screaming. Oh. Probably one of the reasons that should be good, should be lucky, that they're putting in the extra monitors there on Mount Adams. So I want to compare it to this larger earthquake right there. Okay. And that's a long duration compared to this right here, which was popping, or at least it looks like popping. So we got some more popping over here. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. And then let's go down here. Yeah, see how close? Yeah, that heat is to the surface. Let me bring this down. And once again, this is what it was showing when I pulled the files, probably a couple hours ago. We'll take a look at the seismic signature. So Mount Adams does have a high threat level. Let's take a look at this one here. This is the monitor that's closer to Mount Adams. Let's make that one bigger. Like I said, the other one to the east showed more movement of magma. And we got an earthquake there. Let me pull it over. Yeah, see Torlinos. Let's see what else we got. Now this is the monitor that is within about 7 miles of the summit. Okay, let's take a look here. See, it's just, yeah, really can't see much with this monitor because this is not where the magma's coming in. Yeah, it's coming in from the east. Let me pull this up some more. Yeah. So if you have any other questions, please put them down below. Yeah, Avalanche Glacier is where these earthquakes are occurring. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.